On the news tonight, APC rounds off its governorship campaign in Osun with a promise to do more for the state. Arewa Group calls President Muhammadu Buhari to step up anti-terror fight. Police orders security beef up at correctional facilities. United States plans to supply drones to Russia. Good evening, welcome to the major report. Babatunde Bolatito is my name. The leadership of the All Progressive Congress has employed eligible voters in Osun State to support the re-election bid of Governor Adeboye Oyetola for the continuation of unfolding development and progress in the state. This formed the bulk of messages delivered at Osogbo City Stadium. The governorship campaign of All Progressive Congress, where they drum support for Governor Adeboye Oyetola in Saturday's poll. Governor's office correspondent Soya Onoridi is standing by with the rest of the story.
The symbolic presentation of the All Progressives Congress flag to its flag bearer in the forthcoming gubernatorial election, Governor Adeboye Oyetola, took place at the City Stadium, Osogbo, the state capital, amid fanfare and pageantry with members sporting colorful attires. Speaking at the mega rally, chairman of the Osun Governorship Election Campaign Council of the All Progressive Congress and Lagos State Governor Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, while appreciating the leadership of the party presidential flag bearer Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as well as the support of his colleagues from across the country, including Kano State Governor Alhaji Abdullahi Ganduje, Ondo State Governor Arakunrin Rotimi Akeredolu, Ekiti State Governor Dr. Kayode Fayemi, Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, Hope Unsodima, Kebbi State Governor Alhaji Atiku Bagudu, among others, described Governor Adeboye Oyetola as a marketable product based on his outstanding performance across the state, urging the citizenry to reciprocate in kind by re-electing Governor Oyetola in the Saturday gubernatorial poll in ensuring continuation of good governance.
Governor Oyetola has indeed performed exceedingly very well. I have been on campaign trail with him. I have gone to nooks and crannies of Osun with him. And the people have said it, that indeed Governor Oyetola is deserving of another time.
And indeed those who arrived today have heard about the numerous progress that have been recorded over the last 3.5 years under Governor Isiaka Boyega Oyetola. And indeed, we are confident with what we saw here, that the love of the people of Osun State is with Boyega Oyetola. We are to encourage our brothers and sisters from Osun State to vote massively for him because he has done very well.
The Senate President, Senator Ahmed Lawan, who equally commended the landmark achievements recorded by Governor Oyetola in all ramifications across the state, implore eligible voters to return the incumbent governor in the forthcoming gubernatorial election.
Here we have a governor who is prudent. We have a governor who has witnessed so much infrastructural development, political stability, peace, with both government and party working hand in hand.
In his remark, Governor Oyetola noted that he is unrelenting in delivering dividends of democracy across the state in terms of infrastructural developments, qualitative healthcare delivery, educational transformations, welfare packages for the citizenry, among others, if re-elected in the forthcoming gubernatorial election. The event, which was punctuated with medley of favorite party songs from the bandstand had in attendance party presidential flag bearer Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, as well as the party scribe, Senator Iyola Omishore, Chief Bisi Akande, Comrade Adam Oshiomole, and the stalwarts of the All Progressive Congress from across the country. From the governor's office, Sanya Ononide reporting.
The All Progressive Congress APC presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Tinubu and the APC national chairman Senator Abdullahi Adamu have called on the people of the state to vote massively for the emergence of Governor Oyetola in the governorship election slated for Saturday. The party chieftains made a call at the state APC final rally for the re-election bid of Governor Oyetola. Let's now join Adibari Ejibakede for details.
Presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has called on eligible voters in Osun to troop out MRs on Saturday and cast their vote massively for the re-election of Governor Oyetola. The APC chieftains who urged them to exercise their franchise in favor of the ruling party charged the electorates to be vigilant and make sure their vote counts at polls. Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu enjoined the populace to vote in the interest of development and a prosperous future.
The voting is now in your hand. Be very vigilant.
Speaking in the same vein, the national APC chairman, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, submitted that those who have a fair mind will know that Governor Oyetola has performed very well, while appealing to the people of Osun to vote the incumbent governor into power for second time in office. He equally called on the populace to support the APC presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in his resolve to advance the cause of development in the nation.
APC has stand out in its full strength to support our candidates.
In his welcome address, the Director General Oyetola Campaign Council, Dr. Surajuddin Ajibola Bashiru, emphasized the need for the re-election of Governor Oyetola, saying the decision is a celebration of excellence, infrastructure development and transformation of Osun, adding that he has piloted the affairs of the state creditably well and the need to consolidate on the feat attained was stressed. Similarly, the Commissioner for Youth and Sport, Mr. Yemi Lawa, his counterpart for Commerce, Cooperative Industry and Empowerment, Dr. Bode Olorunpekun, the APC chieftain Ajibola Famurewa expressed their opinion on the need to vote in support of the ruling party and its candidate on Saturday, saying that Governor Oyetola has performed creditably well. Present at the occasion were the wife of APC presidential flag bearer, Mrs. Omuremi Tinubu, the wife of the governor, Mrs. Kavayat Oyetola, the state deputy governor, Mr. Benedict Alabi, Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Honorable Timothy Oweye, APC chieftains, among other dignitaries. Adibari Ejimakide, OSBC News.
About the crowd that attended the grand finale for the re-election bid of Osun State Governor, Mr. Oyetola, and has likely and obviously reflected the unfailing readiness and determination of the residents of the state to vote in Saturday's governorship election. Different groups and staunch members and supporters of the governor converged on the Osogbo City Stadium, venue of the final rally, to demonstrate the satisfaction towards the candidature and continuation of APC governorship candidates for another 4 years in office. Oluwatosin Oladokun, who was part of the Sunday, now completes the story.
It's a celebration of excellence, infrastructure development and transformation. assembly of many eminent Nigerians who at over time made indelible impacts in the nation's political space. The city stadium for several hours stood still for Governor Adegboyega as thousands of supporters were seen wearing a customized t-shirts while many were on native attires with inscriptions of the man of the moment, Mr. Adegboyega. To say the least, the normal crowd could be largely associated to the natural love of Osun indigenes for Governor Adegboyega. A campaign where many speakers who spoke calling the rally were openly and publicly alluded to the monumental performance and achievement of Governor Adegboyega. Indeed, it was a convergence of groups of many local and foreign entertainers who were ground to be part of the historic rally. Security operatives were seen mounting strategic routes to maintain law and order. Regularly started at exactly 2 p.m. with APC Presidential Standard Bearer Asura Jibola Tinubu, his running mate, Senator Kasim Shettima, Governor Adegboyega, APC governors, and national party executives led by the national chairman of the party, Senator Adamu Abdullahi, arrived Osogbo Township Stadium, venue of the grand finale for re-election of Governor Adegboyega. That legend Fuji musician, King Wasiu Ayinde, took over the campaign rally with different types of solidarity songs. Oluwatosin Oladokun, OSBC News.
Also, Christian faithful have been called upon to join hands together to seek for peace and tranquility as Osun gubernatorial election is coming up on Saturday. Wife of the governor of the state, Mrs. Kafayat Oyetola, stated this during the church service at All Saints Cathedral of Malungu Ashuguru Shomo. Mrs. Oyetola was accompanied by the wife of the deputy governor, Mrs. Oyefun Kerabi, and wives of other top government officials. To the service said she has been a member of the church since 1986 during her secondary school days. She explained that the citizens of the state should stop acts of discrimination and sentiment among various religious sectors in the society. They should rather try to always show love and count on one another in the society in order to counter any challenge and difficulty that may come up in the state and the nation at large. Mrs. Oyetola seeks for prayer from children of God for a peaceful gubernatorial election in the state on Saturday. She further urged them to come out en masse to vote for the candidate of their choice and not to serve their vote. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) says it has extended the last day for the collection of permanent voter cards (PVC) by eligible voters to Thursday, 24 hours before the Osun State governorship election, in order to ensure that no one is disenfranchised. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu stated this at the election stakeholders meeting, reaffirmed the preparedness of the Commission towards the conduct of free, fair, transparent, credible, peaceful, inclusive, and conclusive election on Saturday. OSBC News reporter Olusi Amuda now completes the story.
Election stakeholders meeting witnessed the convergence of critical stakeholders in the electoral process, including the National Chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakub, the led other top-ranking officers of the Commission, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, royal fathers led by the Honor of Ife, Obade Yogunsi, Ojaga II, representatives of the Army, VSS, Air Force, NSCDC, Immigration, Correctional Service, Federal Safety Corps, NYSC, ICPC, civil society organizations, among others. The meeting also has the leadership of candidates of all the 15 political parties contesting the Osun State governorship election in attendance. In his address, Chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, who stated that INEC has no special candidate, affirmed that the choice of who becomes the next governor of Osun State is in the hands of the electorate. The INEC boss, who announced that 76% of registered voters have collected their PVCs, assured that INEC will deploy the use of bimodal voter accreditation system, which recognizes fingerprint and facial recognition, as well as uploading of election results to INEC portal.
To underscore the Commission is deploying system devices
address, the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Usman Al-Kalibaba, stated that 21,000 police personnel will be deployed to the wards in all the local government areas of the state, appealed to parents to caution their children and wards not to be used by politicians to disrupt the election.
This massive deployment is not intended to intimidate law-abiding citizens. Rather, it is to deter misguided men that are preventing or preventing the election through acts of threatening or other factors that violate the provisions of the Electoral Act.
In his goodwill message, the Owner of Ife, Obadiyeyu Gonsi Ojaja II, called on the contestants to play the game by the rules and not allow their ambition to destroy the peace being enjoyed in the state. The monarch, who commended the electoral body, assured that traditional institutions will continue to cooperate with INEC as well as other stakeholders to ensure a peaceful election.
We will continue to be very neutral, to be very unbiased towards delivering the mandate of the electorate, and also for all the aspirants who will continue to talk to them to comport themselves in a very civil and very reasonable manner, because you can never love the state more than the citizens of the state.
In their separate remarks, INEC National Commissioner in charge of Ogun, Ondo, and Osun states, Professor Kunle Ajayi, as well as the Osun State Resident Electoral Commissioner, Professor Abdulgani Raji, who explained that the aim of the meeting was to intimate stakeholders as well as the general public of the readiness of INEC towards the conduct of the Guba poll, expressed optimism that Osun election will beat the Ekiti State record as results will be announced in less than 12 hours. They implored the electorate not to sell their votes. The event featured an interactive session where the candidates of the various political parties asked questions on issues that have to do with the successful conduct of the election. Oluchi Amuda, OSBC News.
Meanwhile, Ebonyi State chapter of the All Progressives Grand Alliance has threatened to boycott the forthcoming local government election in the state over alleged exorbitant fees placed on the nomination form by the State Independent Electoral Commission. The state chairman of the party, Mr. Ed Stevenson Okoroka, stated this while addressing the state working committee of the party in Abakaliki, the state capital. He stressed that AFGA will not participate in the elections if the amount are not reduced. The SIEC had earlier informed political parties that nomination forms for chairmanship will cost each candidate 1 million naira, while councillorship forms will cost 200,000 naira each. Mr. Okoroka described it as an attempt to abort democracy, uproot fair play, discard level playing ground in the process. He therefore asked the SIEC to reduce the fees so that all parties can participate in the process, declaring that AFGA will not take SIEC to court if it fails. Will not fail to take SIEC to court if it fails to cut down the price. Arewa Consultative Forum has advised President Muhammadu Buhari to show more seriousness in fighting security challenges bedeviling the country. The forum said Nigeria has come under siege of bandits and terrorists. However, the Buhari government is ineffective in tackling the dangers. The ACF, led by former Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Chief Audu Ogbe, in a statement by the Secretary General of the forum, Murtala Aliyu, said, over the past few months, the security crisis in Nigeria has been deepening and there is dangerous escalation of violence and bloodshed. The statement further said, criminal gangs, heavily armed bandits, armed robbers, secessionist insurgents, along with those that call themselves soldiers of the so-called caliphate, have laid siege on Nigeria, especially in the northern states. The Commissioner of Police in Akwa Ibom State, Onatoye Durosini, has ordered the deployment of more security personnel to all correctional facilities across the state. A statement by the Command Public Relations Officer, Otiko Martin, issued today, said the CP ordered the deployment when he undertook a two-day tour of custodial facilities in company of the Controller of Corrections, Nigeria Correctional Service, Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Julius Israel. while stating that the move is a proactive security measure to prevent untoward incidents in the state. The CP warned officers in each of the facilities to be vigilant and courageous in the discharge of their duties and urged them to report any suspicious movement to security agencies. Meanwhile, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has arrested one of the terror suspects, Suleiman Sidi, who was escaped from the Medium Security Correctional Center, Kuje, during an attack on the facility last week. Spokesman of the agency, Femi Babafemi, said in a statement that the fleeing terror suspect was arrested at Area 1 Motor Park in the Federal Capital Territory. Also, Kazim Murtala, who equally escaped from the Kuje Custodial Center, was captured in Suleja, Niger State. Now to entertainment news. President Muhammadu Buhari says the influence of the veterans will not be overemphasized in the movie industry. The president stated this in a congratulatory message to a legendary actor, Olu Jacob, on his 80th birthday anniversary. The report will come your way in our bulletin tomorrow. Now welcome to our sports segment. Chelsea are in contract to sign Napoli defender Kalidou Koulibaly as the coach Thomas Tuchel in scheme to strengthen his defense ahead of next season. Koulibaly has 1 year remaining on his Napoli contract and could be available for around 14 million euros. Or Motayo Adebodu has details.
To sign Napoli defender Kalidou Koulibaly as they look to rebuild their defense. The Blues lost Antonio Rudiger to Real Madrid and Andres Christensen to Barcelona this summer, both on a free transfer, leaving Thiago Silva, Trev Chalobah and Malang Sarr as the only senior centre-back in Thomas Tuchel's side. But Kalidou Koulibaly could be set to strengthen the head coach's option, although Juventus are already interested in the Napoli defender. The 31-year-old has made over 300 appearances for the Serie A club since joining them from Belgian side Genk 8 years ago. Koulibaly has made 62 appearances for Senegal and has been named in the Serie A Team of the Year on 4 occasions and was named the best defender in Italy in 2019. Meanwhile, Robert Lewandowski arrived for his preseason medical at Munich Hospital along with other Bayern Munich stars, even as Barcelona continued to be linked with the Polish striker. Barcelona have expressed an interest in the 34-year-old striker, twice voted FIFA Men's Player of the Year. Barcelona made an initial offer worth a guaranteed 40 million euros, but have since increased it.
Now to foreign stories. United States government says Iran is planning to supply Russia with potentially hundreds of drones, some with combat capabilities for its war in Ukraine. White House National Security Advisor Dick Sullivan disclosed this, adding that information received by the U.S. government suggests that Iran was preparing to train Russian forces to use the drones. However, it was unclear whether Iran had delivered them yet, and both sides are using them to spot the enemy's position and help direct and correct their own artillery on a target. That ends the major report on OSBC TV. It was edited by Olumuni Ademoye Agbola. Babatunde Bola Tito is my name. Good night.